News, Maiduguri.
All right, let's talk business now. Tolu Lokbe is standing by. Tolu.
Thank you so much, Precious. Well, in business news, the President of the Senate, Akpabio, has commended the contributions of estate surveyors and valuers practitioners to national development. Senate President gave the commendation at the lecture and fellows induction of the institution, which held in Lagos. We have more in this report.
Dignitaries from the public sector, traditional leaders and construction professionals gathered in Lagos for the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers annual John Wood Ekpeyong Memorial Lecture and 2025 Fellows Induction Ceremony. With Nigeria facing a staggering 28 million housing deficit, the event highlighted the urgent need for stronger collaboration between the government, private sector and real estate experts to address the crisis. Senator Akpabio was honored as a fellow of the institution and reiterated the Senate's commitment to progressive governance, economic empowerment and national development.
Without you, the silence of even Lagos, Abuja and other places like Port Harcourt, and in future, Akpabio said, Uyo, that will not be what they are today. And without you, businesses will struggle to find the confidence to invest. Without you, the dream of people owning their own homes will not be a reality.
Other notable speakers, including the Oni of Ife, Obadiah Eniton Ogunwusi, bared their minds on the positive contributions of estate surveyors to nation building and economic development.
Today is not for a very long speech, but just to appreciate all and sundry, especially the noble leader of this great institute, a subject, a brother, a friend, a very dependable son from the entire Oduduwa race.
Lagos State, under a Themes Plus developmental agenda, we strive to ensure housing for every Lagosian. The plus in our agenda stands for inclusivity. We believe that everyone on the soil of Lagos State must have a roof over his head.
For the president of the institution, Mr. Victor Alunge, upholding highest standards of competence, ethics and dedication remains the institution's goals.
The significant occasion which marks the formal transfer of your membership to FENO represents growth, responsibility and a promising future for you and for the profession. So as you step forward to receive your certificates and flags, keep in mind that fellowship marks the beginning of another journey, not a destination. Keep in mind that they are not just symbols of your new status, but reminders of the trust placed in you.
Speakers have noted that as global economies shift towards real estate-backed financial stability, Nigeria must position its property and housing sectors as key drivers of economic growth.
Well, the Western Marine Command of the Nigerian Customs Service has recorded its biggest single seizure of cannabis sativa in recent times. Officers intercepted a boat carrying nearly 2 tons of the illegal substance with a duty-paid value of 398 million naira. TVC News senior business correspondent Ifunaya Eze reports.
The area controller, Paul Bamishaye, says the customs' renewed anti-smuggling strategies are paying off. Acting on intelligence, officers patrolling near Ilashe Sea Beach, about 200 nautical miles from Lagos Anchorage, spotted smugglers attempting to move the drugs.
The officers of the Nigeria Customs Service, Western Marine Command, successfully intercepted 53 sacks of substances suspected to be cannabis sativa. As a command, we remain resolute in our mission to safeguard our waterways from the infiltration of harmful substances. Drug smuggling not only fuels crime, but also destroys lives and communities. I strongly urge members of the public to desist from encouraging trafficking and consumption of these illicit substances.
Comptroller Bamishaye commended the support of the Comptroller General of Customs in equipping the Command for Successful Operations. As required, the seized drugs will be handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
In line with the established procedure, the seized items will be handed over to the National Drug Enforcement Agency, NDLA, for further investigation and prosecution.
He issued a stern warning to smugglers to stop or face the full wrath of the law. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, let's see what the market is looking like this Monday evening. Dropping prices on shares of companies continue to weaken trade performances across sectors. The index of the market fell by 0.34% at the end of business, putting losses on investors. Northern Nigeria Flour Mills was the biggest loser in price, which showed nearly 10% downgrade. Others that followed were Incel, Sovereign Insurance, UPD Cret, and UPDC. Companies with price gains were Ikeja Hotels, PZ, Livestock Feeds, Conhall, and DA Communications. European shares and Europe climbs, and the euro climbed today as German elections produced a mainstream outcome, while the Wall Street futures firmed on hopes results from Aldiver VDR this week would justify the tech sector's sky-high valuations. DAX futures jumped 1.2%. Single currency rose 0.44% and looked set to test its January top at $0.0535. Euro stock 50 futures added 0.66%. FTSE futures 0.1%. Liquidity thinned by a holiday in Tokyo markets. And MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan dipped 0.5%. Nikkei futures traded at 38,310. Chinese blue chips is 0.26%. Hong Kong Hang Seng retreated 0.34%, giving up some gains from their recent bull run. S&P 500 futures, Nasdaq futures both gained 0.5%. Nasdaq had fallen 2.5% last week, with losses led by the Magnificent Seven. And wrapping up business news, crude oil prices slipped in Asian trade today, extending losses from last week on the prospect of a resumption of exports from Kyrgyzstan oil fields, while investors awaited a clarity on talks to resolve Russian war on Ukraine. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude sells for $70.36, with a downward price review of 0.06%. Brent experienced an uptick of 0.05% to sell for $74.47 per barrel. Bonnie Light sells for $78.62, with a decline of 2.84%. And for the OPEC basket, dealers offer $78.19 per barrel, with an upward price margin of 1.40%. Well, that's business news. Next is sports. Thank you for watching. Good evening.